No, I think when you play the same team in your division, there's things that happen in a game that apply to the next game, and then obviously both teams make adjustments. And there were adjustments that were made in the game that they made and we made, and then I think it carries over into the next game. And that's to me, that's a great thing about division games. The coaching becomes that much more important because certainly. You know each other a lot better. That's why the games, our game was a close game down to the late in the fourth quarter. You look at Cincinnati and Baltimore last week, it was a close game, overtime. You look at our Baltimore game, it's a close game. That's why our division games are played that way. You get to know each other so well, and one or two plays usually end up deciding the game.
Can you talk about Jason Campbell, how well has he been playing, and then also does his career path in some ways remind you of anybody else you may have coached along the way?
Jason obviously has played awfully well in both football games he's played in. He brings a dimension that's tough on defenses because he's able to run. One of the biggest plays in the game against Baltimore was a 3rd and 3 or 4 where he runs for about 15 yards late in the fourth quarter. And those plays make it tougher on defenses and make it tougher on defenses in terms of how they're going to match up with everybody because they have to count for his ability to run. I've obviously coached against Jason, and speaking of running, I think he ran for 5 first downs in a game in San Diego against us, so I'm very familiar with him. And I don't like to compare players, but he's a pro, and he was brought up the right way early in his career with good coaches in Washington, and he knows how to prepare, he knows how to compete, he knows how hard it is to win in this league, and he knows every week that you can't take anything for granted. So I think it's a good quality to have in your quarterback, but it's a great quality to have for the rest of your players to see. So it's a great example for the rest of our team.
Norv, as you go into this final stretch and every game being more important, how comforting is it to you to have a veteran presence at that position?
Yeah, it's the combination is a veteran presence and a guy who's right now, playing with great confidence, and our guys have great confidence in him, coaches and players. So that certainly helps you.